Hi guys, welcome to Souls Know Evolution. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. This is going to be your timeless tarot. For whenever it is that you're tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. These are general readings for the collective, guys, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest, and bear in mind, may not be your reading at all. So, we're picking spreads. If you've been watching the last couple of days, we've been pulling a spread from here, just at random, see what pops out. So, there we go, we've got two. Right, we'll take the top one because that's what I can see. Guidance, experience, and lesson. So what guides you, what happens as a consequence of that guidance, and what the lesson is in all of that. So, let's pop that there so I can see Wagwan. And let's get going. Right, show me this guidance, experience, and lesson for the collective. Show me what is guiding the collective at this time. What happens as a consequence of receiving this guidance. And what's the lesson in it all? Oops. Okay. Show me what guides the collective. Temperance. Look at that. Beautiful. Ooh, look, fucking hell, we've got the devil. Oh, shit. I don't know if I should keep that. I'm gonna. Oh, my God. And then the star. Right, okay. Show me what happens as a consequence. Look at that. 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Right, show me the lesson. What's the lesson in all of this? It feels like we've got such flip-flop, what's the word, contrasting energy. 6 of Cups. Show me why the 6 of Cups is here in regards to the lesson. Why is it here? Strength. It's the second time I've seen strength. And we've got the 2 of Pentacles. That's what I was saying. I was feeling this flip-flop of energy before that was even at the bottom of the deck. Right, okay, let's leave that there for now. So what's guiding you at this time, collective? We have a whole lot of shit that's guiding you. And it's going to be different for everybody. And this is the thing. I think this is why I was getting the flip-flop. I'm going to put those 2 up there because they were the first 2 I saw. And the star was behind the devil. So, we've got the light and we've got the dark. This is just the strangest thing. Because temperance is often called the earth angel. And then we've got the devil, who would be like, I don't know, a fallen angel. So we've got like the light and the dark. I was feeling this flip-flop of energy. We've got it in here, but it's encased within like this butterfly. So I feel that what the universe is telling me is that we need the polarizing energy. We can't just be guided by the light. We have to be guided by the dark. It's reminding me of the last reading that I did. And the whole point of me pulling these flipping spreads is so that we get separate messages, but they all kind of want to roll into one. This is the human experience. This is the human experience. And I kind of want to put them this way, but just for the purposes of what I'm going to say. The devil is ego. The devil is ego, and I'm not saying like we shouldn't have an ego. To have an ego is healthy if our ego is healthy. Now, obviously, our egos, again, everything's on a scale. Our egos can be very, very unhealthy in either way, shape or form, where they're overinflated or they're non-existent. Neither of them is healthy. We want this balance. We want this temperance. We want it kind of in the middle. Therefore, we are still going to be a little bit guided by the light and a little bit guided by the dark, because that's the human experience. We've come here to learn. We've come here to live in this 3D reality. The devil can also speak of like, you know, because the devil is represented by Saturn. It's Capricorn energy. It's very much about career and structure and public image and the patriarchy. Whereas the temperance energy is Sagittarius energy. It's philosophy, wisdom. It's like that higher mind. It's the higher learning. So we've got like this very rooted, earthly, egoic, matrix almost experience, which is what a lot of us even if we're subconscious to it, or not aware of it, or guided by, is the devil in some capacity. It could be our desires, it could be the flesh, it could be money, but there's a lot of shit on earth that guides people, if you know what I mean, for the good and for the bad. And like I said, then we've got temperance, which is the higher mind, it's religion, it's learning, it's ethics and values. But I feel that it should come after the devil, because we sort of throw ourselves wholeheartedly into this devilish experience of earth. And then we've got this bird here, literally crying tears, and the devil's feet are on fire. So like the emotional expression, or your connection to your higher self, or this earth angel energy, it's like it's, I want to say putting out the devil's, the fire, I can't even speak, putting out the flames on the feet of the devil. But it gives me something like that. They both kind of work simultaneously. Or what's the word? Is it concurrently? No, because that's at the same time, like one after the other, if you know what I mean. We have the very devil experience, followed by the awakening. It's the enlightenment. It's the healing of that aspect of the ego. It's the ego death. It's the shedding of the skin. So we're guided by both. Some more so than others, in like that can lean to either which one of these ways. It makes no difference. It all equates to our transformation. Can we say the balancing out of these two energies? And then under that, we've got the balance again. And it's so funny because I was just about to go down here to the star. And the star speaks about your path. It's healing, it's guidance. It's you being on the right path, no matter which one of these you leaned, more heavily into. It all equates to the same thing. It's all leading you, to the same point. Evolution, in terms of your evolution. It's all leading you there. Oh, wow. It's making me a little bit wow, this is deep. This is so deep. So that's what's guiding us, guiding you, guiding the collective. And whatever is guiding you, it's to get you on path. The bad experiences, the negative experiences, the low vibing experiences, as well as, like I say, when you sort of go through that awakening or transition or the healing process, whatever it's going to be, tuning into your intuition, it's all guiding us somewhere. Like I say, with a very, very, I don't know what the word is, but it's like a really specific focus. All of these experiences are for. And we've got these two twos. And that is balance. The two energy, it's balance. Wow. And then we've got what happens. What happens? And again, I'm feeling like this push and pull. Because the 5 of Wands is like tension. And this is exactly what happens when you've got, a devil on your shoulder and an angel on your shoulder. It causes internal or even external tension. Tension with the people around you. From actions and behaviours, things that we do, things that we're connected to, things that we are ruled by and what we allow to guide us. Creates an internal and an external tension or even separation. I'm just seeing none of those sticks are even touching. None of those sticks are even touching. Oh, you know what? It's giving me order out of chaos. These two, these readings. Order out of chaos. It's like we've gathered up all those sticks once they've been separated. So these could indicate, it's usually depicted by separate people that are all waving their wands around and sparring and, rubbing up against each other. But it's for the purposes of learning who each of them are. No one's really going out to really hurt anybody. It's not the 5 of Swords. It's like kids play fighting with their siblings and shit. Somebody might get hurt, but that's not really the intention. They're learning social shit in those dynamics. They're just learning about themselves and other people and how far can you push it and how far can you not, whatever. But this seems like order being created out of chaos. We've got the 9 of Wands. This is like resilience. Resilience, a path being made forward. This is what happens. When all of that shit is scattered all over the place, as I was saying with the Two of Wands, it all coming together. It's giving me the same energy on this staircase, like it's all coming together to lead everybody collectively in these experiences to the same place, which is this new moon at the top of the staircase. Okay. This is actually giving me a bit of a headache. It really is. It really is. But we've got 10th house energy with Capricorn, 9th house energy. This is even weirder. This is even weirder because it came out like that. 9th house, 10th house with the Devil and Capricorn, and then the 11th house with the Star. What happens between the 9th and the 11th houses? Because this is about, now we've done the 9th, like I say, that's philosophy, it's higher learning, higher wisdom, religion, travel, then expansion with that Jupiter energy. Then we've got the Devil, which we talked about, patriarchy, career, long-term goals, discipline, self-control. And then, oh, this is so beautiful. And this is Aquarius, it's groups. That's what I mean about that rubbing up against each other. The whole point of these experiences, or what's been guiding you, was to get you to integrate into the group, become socially aware. Hopefully, as a consequence of healing and rolling around in the mud and all of that shit, the universe is wanting us to come out of that with a new hope for the future, where we are creating order out of chaos. We are balanced. We're transforming. As a collective, we're moving with purpose, towards, I don't know whether it's a vibration, because I don't think it's anything like really tangible. It just feels like, what it's giving me? Like, sheepdogs, when you've got a sheepdog chasing them and they're trying to get them into the pen. It's like we're being corralled to fall in line, but it's in our own individual way. But it's to line up with, with humanity. Social awareness, hope for the future. This is so beautiful. Yeah, so what happens is we learn to create order from chaos. And what's the lesson? That we're all connected with these roots. This is what I'm getting. When I first put the card down, that's not what I was getting. But after all that spiel, the lesson is that we're all connected. Below the surface, I think we had a reading yesterday, or the last one that I did, that was saying something similar about judgment. Treat people how you want to be treated. Doesn't matter how somebody else chooses to learn their lessons. We're all connected. We're all connected. And this tree is giving me God. It's giving me universe. We're all like a branch off. This could even be like literally related, like ancestry-wise. I've got no idea. But I did find something fascinating, because I love genealogy, always been a little bit obsessed with it. I haven't looked into my own in as much detail as I would like, but I just don't have the information. And then having African descent, shit gets a bit murky. We don't need to go into the history of it, but shit gets murky. Documents are not the same as if, my family was born or raised in the UK back in the 1800s. I'd be able to go to so many sources and find names and dates. But enslaved people were not treated with the same regard. So, our names were changed. Oh, it's deep. I don't want to go into it. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. I've always loved, I've been fascinated with genealogy, ancestry, our roots, how we all are connected. So there's something beautiful in this, is the lesson that we learn as a collective, as a whole, as humanity, from rubbing up against each other, is that we can bring, even that example that I just gave, it's like we can bring order out of chaos. We really, really can, as a collective. We're strong enough to do that, to look at how we're all connected. Because, we've got the infinity symbol above, actually on the third eye of this lion here. And that's like, just ongoing cycles that go round and round and round and round, that very much have this devilish energy, this temperance energy on it, within it. I don't know. It feels like with this strength, there's something about overcoming. I'm seeing the sun up here, and this is Leo energy, 5th house energy. which is all about your identity, your ego. It's so weird how this has come out. What you learn is like who you are, how you fall into the grand scheme of things, how we're all connected. This is like, I don't know, there's something about the ego, your identity, how you see yourself. He's got like a white rose in his mouth there, and that's giving me like, I don't know, like almost waving a white flag. It's giving me the energy of peace and serenity and purity. I don't know if there's a surrendering. The kind of energy is what you learn. There's something about your identity, your ego, your connection to the collective, to this conscious, it's giving me Avatar now. You know how that tree and they were all swaying and they're all connected to the roots of this tree. This reading's giving me so much spacey shit. Right, I'm just going to leave that there. But this is the lesson. We learn something fundamental about our ego, our identity, and how we're all connected. Fucking hell, right. Let me get you some advice and guidance. I haven't used this deck in months. So there had to be like a real profound reading that came out of it. So I haven't touched it for so long. Any advice and guidance for anyone that's resonating with this? Okay, grief and fear. This was in the last one. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And you know what? It's given me like an ego death. That's what I mean. There's something fundamental about your identity, maybe what you've been holding on to. Whether it's, I don't know, because we identify in so many ways. We're made to tick boxes that sort of group us in specific ways, whether it's within age and generation or race or gender or whatever. So there's something about grieving the identity that you once had. Understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So even if, like I say, we're losing our devilish ways, there's I'm not going to say like an appreciation, but it's like you've got to look back fondly. You've got to look back fondly because it's formulated, it's made you who you are. I realise that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And that's what the lesson is. We're all connected. You can only live in the energy of love if you recognise that you're connected to everybody and everyone's like a part of fundamentally, you know, who you are and you for everybody else in the same way. Right, let me read grief. I'm just like, wow. Let's read grief. Right, it says, nothing is gone forever. The belief that we have lost someone or something is merely an illusion to assist us in learning to appreciate or having had it in the first place. The emotion of grief and the sense of loss are absolutely real, but that's the point. The lesson of loss is not just about actual physical separation. And didn't I say this felt like a separation of some kind? The lesson of loss is not about the actual physical separation because the parting is temporary and illusionary. Exactly, because look what it turns into. So everyone falls into position through that separation. This is so weird. The point and the lesson is to acknowledge that the bonds of love never end and that we have never been abandoned. And this now, oh my gosh, is giving me like, we stand on the shoulders of those that have come before us, whether they're here or not. We're never separated from them. That's what I mean about us always being connected. So if this is about a physical loss for some, it may not be for everybody. I'm seeing it more egoic, or like I was saying, conscious mind, your identity, that kind of loss. But either way, the version of yourself you stand up on the shoulders of. That's what I'm saying. So we have to look back at it with less animosity or less bad feeling, less tension, less friction, because it all informed the choices that we made and the path that we're, converging into or onto. This is so deep. Whew. You have not been abandoned. When you accept in your heart, that you will be reunited with everything that you've ever loved, it will give you the ability to move beyond your grief and derive something beneficial from the experience. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you and your soul family have devised and learning nothing from it. Instead, allow your grief to take you to a place of deep understanding, and that's the lesson. That's what I mean, these deep roots, this is the deep understanding that the universe really wants us to learn. Right, I'm going to leave that there. That was just like blew my mind. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you managed to get something from this reading. Have a great day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.